Hi, Vasundhra. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Well, first of all, congratulations on your acceptance to Colorado University.
Thank you so much, Dr.
We
Amit.
are very thrilled that you got an acceptance. We know you worked very hard for it, and
No,
we're
it's
just
all your your hard work, you know, that
no,
you
no.
invested so much time into us, so that paid off. It's all
Well,
thanks to
thank you so much for saying that. We really do appreciate it.
thank
The
you.
objective of you shooting this video today is I just want you to just tell me something about your struggle, your profile, all the things you did to overcome those struggles, and any advice or tips you might have so you can give to the next generation of students who are applying for these courses, who are applying to be a dentist in the United States, and how you could perhaps contribute in their growth as well. So if you could just start off by telling something about yourself, we would really appreciate it.
That's right. Sure. It's been a long journey for me.
Mhm,
I did my BDS and I went on to doing my masters in India, and then we finally thought that the ultimate goal was to come to USA.
mhm,
But
mhm,
then we heard from so many other people that you have to have a lot of patience because it takes a lot of time.
mhm,
For
mhm,
for some people get lucky and that they get it right away, like my husband did. You know, but for me it took some time, and it was really a very trying time, and it tested your patience.
mhm,
So you every time you had to go back to the drawing board and think, like, what can I do to further improve myself? What
mhm,
else can I do? And this is a question that so many schools ask you as well.
mhm,
That, so what have you done, what new have you done ever since your last application?
mhm, mhm,
So you have to constantly keep proving yourself, not only in your own eyes, to everybody else and to school
mhm,
people and everyone. And then
mhm.
ultimately, like, even people back home, there everybody is wanting to hear the good news that when
Yeah.
are you getting accepted. If finally, that's the thing that makes it for everyone, right?
Uh-huh.
So that
Right.
wasn't happening, and then it was so heartbreaking every single time, like you'd try so hard and you'd apply to all the schools, and then nothing would happen out of it. So it was really heartbreaking. And then through one of our friends, we heard about you guys.
Mhm,
One of our friends at Colorado told us about,
mhm,
that you should try the DDS project people. They're really nice,
mhm,
and they have a one-on-one personalized session with you, and that
mhm,
they're really helpful. So we thought, then we again thought that, is it that, I hope it's not like, the way it's going to be with the others, with all the others, the way they
mhm,
have the
mhm.
group
Yeah.
session and
Mm, yeah.
everything, where
Mhm,
where
mhm,
you where you're trying you try your level best as a candidate to learn, to
mhm,
the best of
mhm,
your abilities, but then somehow
mhm,
something doesn't click.
mhm.
So
Right.
finally we went in for you guys, and you were
Mhm,
kind enough to give us a time period and a slot
mhm,
and help us out. And it was really beneficial, because I think it was a very focused approach. Number
mhm,
one, firstly, and it was a very, just very, very small groups, like, people, like two people in one group, or like three people for the
mhm,
bench
mhm.
stress.
Yeah.
It was such a small group, so I think that
Mhm,
personalized attention that you gave us,
mhm,
to all the people who were there in the group.
mhm,
I think
mhm.
everybody made it.
Yeah, they all got
Even
accepted. Yeah.
yeah, everybody got accepted. I heard even Dr.
Uh-huh.
Pancham was accepted. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So everybody did well, because we were
Mhm,
taught well. We were
mhm,
taught so well right from the scratch, like what all to expect, and then what all previously, you have your resources on what was asked in the previous
mhm,
in the previous interviews, and
mhm,
what all came, and then how to go about the preparation in a stepwise manner.
mhm,
So I
mhm,
think that really the whole thing really helped. Unlike the others, where you have, like, where they don't have enough time. Time
mhm.
crunch is a factor, and then they're so focused on teaching so many other students alongside, that they don't have the time to even answer all your questions.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I think that really helped us.
Well, I'm just so happy to hear this thing, and this is the greatest reward that we get is when students get accepted, and once you're able to start your new life as a dental student, and then later on as a dentist in this country, that's like the most satisfying and most rewarding feeling that we get.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But keeping it on your profile, which
Yes.
cycle was this? Though was it the first cycle or second cycle? Like how
No,
did
it was the second. It was the
the
second
second
cycle
time? Okay,
for Colorado. Yes,
for
yes.
Colorado itself. All right, and you said that when you're a reapplicant, schools
Yeah,
generally ask you,
yeah,
what new things have you done?
yes,
So, and a lot of the students that we work with are also, second time applicants.
yes.
So, could you tell us like all the things perhaps that you did that made you a superior pick for Colorado University?
Well, I've a lot of community service.
Okay.
And along with that, like I was working as a dental assistant at one of
Mhm.
the really premier dental clinics here.
Okay.
So
That-
that, and then
mhm.
in between I had to take a break because I had a baby. And then once I was
Congratulations.
back on my thank you. Once I was back on my feet again, I again rejoined that office, and then I
Mhm.
also took a course as a dental assistant, for
Uh-huh.
like radiography and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So this 2 3 things, I mean,
Mm.
because when you already have so many things on your profile, there's hardly like
Yeah.
you're also looking for what other ways can I improve myself on. So
Right.
this was the only other way that I thought I could. So this is how I was working on myself.
And
And
did
then
you?
and then I had also thought about one of the schools, like I took some CE courses in between.
That's
I
good.
attended the CD convention in San Francisco with a friend
Ah.
of mine. And
Uh-huh.
then I was thinking, what else can I do? So then there was this, like, how you have these courses that you can do online, like study from
Mhm.
home kind of things.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I was thinking of doing some of those, like oral facial pain or something like that. But thankfully,
Okay.
it didn't get to that because I got
Uh-huh.
acceptance. But had that not happened, I would have gone in for that.
I'm so happy that you didn't go for these courses, just because there's a lot you can do, and as you spoke about, there's a lot. I'm sorry, I was just getting a text message. There's
Yes,
a lot you
yes,
can do sitting at home. You could, as you said, you can participate in a lot of CE courses.
yes,
You could work at a community clinic. You
yes,
could be a dental assistant. Even
yes,
if you're back home, if you're not in the US, if you're in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, the
yes.
Middle East, any of these countries, as long as you're constantly updating your knowledge,
Absolutely,
working as an associate dentist in your country, or
absolutely.
doing some courses online, it's good enough.
Mhm.
I always tell
Yeah,
our students as well that don't sign up for like a 3-year MPH program if
yeah.
the ending is yes. And just listening to you, you were almost on the verge to sign up for a 1-year fellowship. Is that correct, for orofacial
Yes,
pain?
like one year fellowship for
Yeah.
like orofacial pain or something.
Was it at
But then
Rutgers?
I was what?
Was this at Rutgers University? Because they have a very
No,
good orofacial
not
program.
Rutgers. This was at USC.
Oh, this was at USC. Even they have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fantastic program. Yes.
Yes. So
Okay.
I was thinking about that, but then
Uh-huh.
I was just thinking, I was like, how will I make it work? Because I need help with the baby. Doing
Right.
studying alongside with the baby, like I knew that I'm gonna have parents over. So
Mhm.
like I have parents over now, so now it's not a
Mhm.
problem. But the times when I didn't have any help, that was the thing that I had to think about, that how am I
Mhm.
going to manage everything?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but luckily everything clicked. Like all the other aspects clicked for
Mhm.
me. So I got lucky. But otherwise, had that not happened, then this was the next thing that I would have done for sure.
Okay, okay, but this was the second cycle, right? And so when you
Yes.
walked into the Colorado University's interview thing, did you think that as a whole they're very welcoming, or were you very stressed out moving into the interview on the second day, the second one?
Okay.
Which is
I was,
obvious, which is
I
kind of a
was,
redundant question because you're obviously
the
very
kind of
stressed
person that
out.
I am. I
Okay,
have a natural like anxiety level,
okay,
but I wasn't super stressed. But yes, I did have that natural like anxiety that I always have.
okay,
But then they've always been very humble and very
yeah,
welcoming, and they put you
yeah, it's a
they
great
put you
school.
at ease. They make you very comfortable,
Yeah,
and it's
right,
more like you're chatting with like your friends. It's more like
uh,
you're having a conversation with your friends
uh-huh,
over coffee or something.
uh-huh,
So it
uh-huh,
was it was a it was a wonderful time. Like it was,
uh-huh.
I didn't feel like there was just this one, probably that the one question that I was not expecting, because
We should probably not, just because it's going to be out there, and
okay,
we don't
yeah,
want any
yeah.
conflict of
Yeah,
interest.
but then
So
but
we
then I
shouldn't
just thought
update any
about, like,
questions,
what
but you go
what would
ahead.
I yeah, what
Yeah.
would I do, like, if it was my
Mhm.
friend asking me. So I just
Yeah.
answered like that,
That's good. That's very
instead of
good.
getting
Yeah.
stressed out. You just have to think that, like you're just talking to your friends,
Uh-huh.
basically. So that makes it much easier for you. And
That's
I'm sure
fantastic. Yeah.
that the faculty members also enjoy the conversation much more when you're at ease.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certain tips and tricks to remember when you give an interview. One of them is that you have to be, it's always a conversational style interview.
Yes, Yes.
No university, to the best of my knowledge, is going to be super formal and go like, just I'll ask you a question, just give me that answer. It's how
Yes.
you make them feel. You have to be welcoming and friendly. And just speaking to you right now, and so many people will be listening to you right now and will be inspired by your story. They can tell that you're very friendly to begin with, and
Well,
the
I'm
fact that
glad.
you're
I'm
coming out
glad.
here and you're
I'm glad
helping
I
everyone is
can.
great as
Yeah,
well.
I'm glad I can be of help to people. Now
Yes.
that
Yeah.
because I've been on the other side of the
Yes.
of the fence, so
Uh-huh.
now I know like
Uh-huh.
how it feels to be on the other side. And then
Yes.
if I can be of help to people, then there's nothing better than that.
So would you agree with the fact that yes, it's very uncertain?
Mhm.
Because I always tell this to our students as well, and I just want to verify it from you as well. But do you always believe that eventually everybody gets accepted? It's just a matter of when and where. Would you agree
I
with that notion?
absolutely. I would
Okay.
love to. I do believe that
Uh-huh.
because that's what I heard from so many of my friends
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
you just have to sit with your patients. Okay, they're
Yes.
like you
Mm-hmm.
have to have an immense amount of patience, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to keep at your goals. Like you have to
Mm-hmm.
be at it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to
Mm-hmm.
give up. If you don't give up, you'll
Mm-hmm.
eventually make it. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody kept
Correct.
telling me the same thing. So that really
Yeah.
and I agree. Today I can when I look back, I think that
Yes.
it's right. It's so true.
Well, hindsight's always 2020. You're
Yes.
looking back at things. You always see things more crystal clear.
Yes.
And once again, we're just so happy you got accepted into University of Colorado. Earlier, you'd also mentioned that even your husband is a dentist in this country.
Yes. Yes.
Which school did he go to? And did he go through
He
very
was at
similar struggles like you, or was it
no
relatively
his
easier for him?
no it was comparatively much easier for him.
Okay,
He did his schooling at BU, Boston
good,
University,
good school. Okay,
and for him it was see, he's 1 year senior to me, so he
okay.
started off earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him it was more like he it just I don't know, it just probably just comes easy to him because he doesn't
Uh-huh.
need too much of preparation when it comes to interviews and
Uh-huh.
bench and things. He's always
Uh-huh.
been very good. So
That's
so
good.
you know so he I and that's what I tell him. I say that you can just walk into an
Uh-huh.
examination or an interview
Uh-huh.
totally unprepared and then ace it and come back, because that's what he does. So so he didn't have any
He's a
he didn't
natural.
have no yeah, he's natural. He didn't have no
Wow.
preparation. He didn't have no nothing. But as I told you, like he graduated, he did his masters, and then he was
Oh,
working
that's
at
amazing.
Safdarjung. He was working at Safdarjung Hospital. And then
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like there was always something or the other that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was in India, he was working with Clove Dental Clinic.
Club Dental
Clove,
Clinic,
it's
yes, yeah.
it's a big chain.
Big branch,
So
yeah,
he
big
was,
branch of
yeah,
clinics, yeah.
he was a clinic. He was in charge of one of the clinics over there.
That's
So
very good.
he went from seeing the government setup to the private setup to everything. So he
Mm-hmm.
was doing a lot. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
basically about everybody's story is different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a
Mm-hmm.
different,
Mm-hmm.
has different things going on for them.
Mm-hmm.
He had
Mm-hmm.
totally different things going on. I had totally different things going on. I was in
Mm-hmm.
teaching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, you were in
so
teaching.
yeah,
Were
I was in
you like
teaching.
were you
Yeah.
like
So
were you a professor or lecturer
yes, I was an
in your
assistant
country?
professor in
That's
endodontics.
amazing. That's in
Yeah.
endodontist.
So
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that everybody's story is different. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
has different experiences. Everybody has different qualifications,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
depending on those qualifications and what you have going on for you,
Uh-huh.
there's
Uh-huh.
different set of things that you can do to obviously to improve yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like if I didn't have a master's, I would have probably gone for masters. Like and
Okay. Yeah.
doing things like that, and then working
Uh-huh.
in, like, my husband worked in a private clinic setup,
Uh-huh.
to learn
Okay.
how it is, what the difference between a government setup and a private setup is, and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of things, there's plenty of opportunities if you're interested, and if you want to improve yourself, if you want to improve your profile, there's so
Mm-hmm.
many things that you can do. There's
Mm-hmm.
no
Mm-hmm.
stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but yeah, like for me, there comes a time when you're thinking that now what else can I do? Because then you run short of options.
Yeah, you've
What
done
can I do?
everything.
Yeah. So then I found out that I can do like CE courses. Those
Mm-hmm.
obviously those are
Mm-hmm.
things that everybody can do, and then
Mm-hmm.
this orofacial pain,
Mm-hmm.
the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So but then I got lucky. I made it through Colorado. But
Mm-hmm.
had that not happened, for sure I would have gone in for that. So I believe that everybody should just be at it. Just be
Mm-hmm.
at it,
Mm-hmm.
like you can probably it'll be beneficial to make a list of the things that you've done, how
That's
far
a
you've
good
come,
tips. Yeah.
how far,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, how
Right.
far have you come on your journey,
Mm-hmm.
and what else, then a separate list of the things that you can do to further improve your application,
Right.
all the things that you
Yes.
can do, and then
Mm-hmm.
stepwise and keep doing something or the other. Probably do two
Mm-hmm.
things at a time, you know, and then see how it goes for you. I think that's a good approach.
Yeah, organization is key. Sometimes
Yeah,
making a list of things to do always goes a long way, because then you
yeah,
have it written in front of you, all the things where you lack in and all the things you
yeah,
could do to improve.
yeah.
So very well said, Vasundhra. Once again, we're just so happy that you're finally accepted.
Thank you so much,
I
Dr.
mean, we
Amit.
know you for quite a while now, and
Yeah,
you were really, really helping. It's just the energy you bring, even to the group session that we had with other
yeah,
students, very small group sessions, the energy you brought and the kind of questions you asked all the time. It baffled me sometimes. I was like, okay, I have to look for the answer now, because there you go. Vasundhra has another question, which is
yeah,
great, because that's the kind
yeah.
of energy you need. That's the kind of inquisitive mind you need sometimes going into these interviews as well. And
Yes,
if I could see something was different about you, definitely even those people taking your interview, very fine people taking your interview at Colorado University, also saw that. And I understand the second leg of the interview, the academic portion, can be a little tricky sometimes.
yes, definitely.
But this wasn't your first rodeo; it was your second time going into
My
it.
second time, yeah. But the
So,
first time around was very different, like from the second
uh-huh.
time. They completely changed the pattern and things. But
Yeah, every year
even
they
then,
keep updating a little bit.
yes.
Yeah.
Even then, like even that for that, like obviously
Uh-huh.
we had to keep updating our clinical
Yeah.
skills and
Mm-hmm.
the
Right.
everything. But you have to be so careful not to make silly mistakes,
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
like identification of tooth number and things like
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh.
Anybody can go wrong in that, like,
Hey,
just,
if you're stressed out, and majority of
yeah,
these silly mistakes are always made
yeah,
when you're mentally stressed out, when you
yes,
can't think clearly.
yes,
So yeah, going in with an open mindset is also very important. All right, Vasundhra, I'm just going to ask you one last question, and then I'll
yes,
let you
sir.
go. If you could give one advice to all the budding students out there right now, just one advice out of
Uh-huh.
everything you have mentioned,
Yeah,
what would it be?
I think the only thing that I'd like to say is just don't give up. You
Don't
know,
give up.
do
That's
not
a
give
golden
up.
one.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
do not give up. I
Do
mean,
not give up.
as long as you're as long as you're focused on your job, and as long as
Mm-hmm.
you're focused on achieving your goal, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
achieve it one day. That day
Mm-hmm.
is going to come. That day
Mm-hmm.
is going to come for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go about like preparing for everything systematically. Just follow a
Okay.
systematic approach.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be all over the place. Just be systematic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then when you do get lucky, when you do have an interview, then
Uh-huh.
just come to Dr. Romit and Dr. Tirtha. They're the best people for
That's
this
too
kind
kind
of
of you.
approach, because
That's
yeah,
very
no,
kind of
no,
very
I'm
kind of
I'm just being
Thank you.
honest. Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you
just
so
being
much.
honest. Yes.
We're very humbled by this, and thank you so much for even we've learned a lot from you as well, and we're very sure you're going to be a fine dentist, dental student
I
at
I
University
think
of Colorado, and a
I
great
think
dentist afterwards.
yeah, I really hope so, Dr. Romit. I keep my fingers crossed. Thank you so much.
That's very good. All right. Once again, congratulations. And to everyone else listening, just head on to the DDS project. There's a lot of free resources we give from time to time. It's all there on the website. And we hope you guys can benefit from it. And we hope to grow this community. And if you want to reach out to Dr. Vasundhra as well, you could.
Yeah.
And just ask her as well, how you
Yeah.
can improve or how they can improve.
Anytime.
She's very helpful. She's great. She's awesome. So
Anytime.
thank you for joining us, Vasundhra. We really appreciate
Thank you so much, Dr. Amit.
Have a great time in Denver, Colorado.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you, sir.
All right.